I love Mortal Kombat. They're so over the top and stupid you can't help but laugh at them. I mean, there's a dude that takes his hand, plunges it into his opponent's chest, and rips out their heart. Where else are you getting that kind of action? You're not, and that's why it's awesome. Unfortunately, there's been so many entries over the years, and the series has been known for being so ridiculous that at times, well, a lot of rubbish comes out the other end. Far too often, this is because of the characters that Ed Boon and his team come up with. I get that you've got to be creative, but creative doesn't mean stupid. If you think it does, you need to go and read a dictionary. I'm Simon from What Culture, and this is the 10 worst Mortal Kombat characters of all time. Number 10, Hotaru. With every new Mortal Kombat release, new characters have to be added, and sometimes this is utterly pointless. No one's going to be better than the likes of Sub-Zero or Scorpion, so why even bother? Especially when the result is Hotaru. The real problem is that he's so boring. He's got 2 flags on the back of his costume, that's all I can really say. Based on a religious zealot troop, even his personality is dull because he cares about order, and in that order he wants to subjugate all living things under the rule of some Dragon Lord. It's kinda cool, I guess. But honestly, who's talking about Hotaru today, other than me right now? Number 9, Ashura. You know you're out of ideas when you look at the legendary Mortal Kombat character Raiden and just go, let's just make a female version of him. That's what Ashura was. With an interesting origin story that she used to be a demon or something, she did threaten to make somewhat of a splash when she arrived in Deception, but then she was neither good nor evil, jumping back and forth between the two, and it turned out she was a demon hunter, even though she was a demon herself. What? It's just dumb, as is Ashura. Number 8, Taven. Taven never stood a chance. Debuting in Armageddon alongside every other Mortal Kombat character ever because they were all making a comeback, which meant no one cared, he was also just really bland. I mean, look at him. Then look at, say, Goro. Big difference here. I don't mean that goatee. Even worse, he was meant to be the main protagonist here and was the main character in the game's conquest mode. That meant he was being forced down your throat from the off, alongside some nonsense about being the son of the protector of Adina. He can control fire, which gives him 1 tick in the box, but all you need to know about Taven is that during production, he was referred to as Hero or Bob. Even NetherRealm knew he was rubbish. Number 7, REIKO. Looking like a cosplayer that's turned up at a show wanting to be a different Mortal Kombat character, REIKO sucks. Arriving in Mortal Kombat 4 and selling himself as some sort of ninja, he's basically just Shao Kahn, and they share well too many similarities. This schmo even wants to become the ruler of Outworld. Come on, mate, there is no chance of that happening. Unsurprisingly, he's faded into nothing today, and no fan has ever wanted him back. Hopefully he stays away forever. Number 6, STRYKER. Coming onto the team in Mortal Kombat 3, STRYKER is literally just a Caucasian cop. That's it. So someone you see on the street every day. He wears a blue shirt, combat boots, and has a gun. Sometimes he wears his hat backwards, but that's just another reason to want to whip his ass. Fans realise this too, as the only discussion around STRYKER is why he's in the game to begin with. Feeling like he doesn't fit in with the fantasy atmosphere that Mortal Kombat has always based itself on, they're 100% right. He is literally just some dude who hangs around for fun. So leave. Please. Number 5, KOBRA. I hate KOBRA straight away because he spells his name with a K. Don't be that guy, KOBRA. Don't be that guy. On top of that, he's so obviously based on Ken from Street Fighter 2, it's insulting. That's not me guessing. Mortal Kombat creator Ed Boon came out and admitted as such. The idiot was even called Ken during production. Come on now, that's too much. Unsurprisingly, he does fight like a street brawler, although he does have some pretty savage moves and fatalities. But ever since he debuted in Deception, I think it's safe to say he hasn't been anyone's highlight. He's just your run-of-the-mill martial artist. That's not what we want or expect from Mortal Kombat. Number 4, Bo Ray Chow. What do you do when you need an idea but you don't have one? You introduce the obese drunk master of martial arts. That's Bo Ray Chow. He drinks, has a move that's called the puke puddle, and does that drunken fist fighting style nonsense that no one actually cares about. He does come up a lot in Mortal Kombat because he's the trainer of Kung Lao and Liu Kang, but he didn't make a full appearance until Deadly Alliance. When he did, he made no impact whatsoever though, because he's just such a weak character. He should have stayed in the background. I can't imagine he was ever someone's go-to choice. Number 3, Frost. Continuing on the trend of ripping off other Mortal Kombat characters, Frost is clearly the female Sub-Zero. And that's fine, but if we're trying to make cool lady fighters, why not go with literally anything else? The dev team did try and work it all in because she was revealed as Sub-Zero's apprentice, but the similarities are too much, and if you're any kind of long-term fan, you're probably always going to prefer playing as the original. Just how these things work. Frost isn't that endearing either because she's so arrogant and hostile constantly. I get she's meant to be a bad guy, but it's still super annoying. Go away, Frost. Number 2, Darius. Names are important when naming a character, which is why the decision to name one of them as if he was some modern day pop star was a terrible idea. Popping up in Deception, his resemblance to comic book star Blade seems obvious, although he has none of the fire the vampire killer does. A part of the realm of order, Darius does have a cult following who think he's some sort of visionary, but in reality, he's a terrorist. While that may sound a little bit interesting, Mortal Kombat never really went to town on that, so he's just some guy that's hanging around taking up a space on the roster screen. Also, who wants to see Darius versus Scorpion? Especially if the former wins. Give me a break. Number 1, Motaro. Man, Motaro is a loser. First turning up in Mortal Kombat 3 is bad straight away because he's a Centaurian, meaning he has the body of a horse but the torso of a man. And he has a pair of horns and a tail. How the hell are we meant to like this guy? Fueled forward by his hate for the Shokan, mostly because he thinks they're inferior, Motaro spends all his time trying to prove this by competing in the Mortal Kombat tournament. He fails miserably at this, however, as he gets his behind whipped all the time. It got so bad even Motaro's hind legs were removed in battle, making him even more generic than he was to begin with. Doesn't even have his cool legs anymore. Know of any other awful Mortal Kombat characters? Let us know in the comments below, and then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Then make sure to visit whatculture.com, follow WhatCulture at WhatCulture on Twitter, and I'm there too at SimonMiller316. I am Simon from WhatCulture.com, and I will chat to you again soon.